Wow. That's too dangerous. Everything's been broken. These timbers have collapsed in. This thing's a death trap. Those are the mountains we're heading into right now to do some mine exploring. There's stuff all around us, so it's gonna be a jammed-packed episode, but all these mountains have old mines in them. So let's head out and see what we could find. In a moment, when we get down into this canyon, we should see our first abandoned spot. And it's right up ahead. An old homestead. I made it to this old abandoned ranch, and it's an antithesis of everything else we're gonna see today, because next we're headed up the mountain to see some abandoned mines. We'll have a look in real quick, but I really don't think there's gonna be a whole lot, so we'll wrap it up and keep going up the mountain. But it's all destroyed. Oh my gosh. That's the kitchen. I'm not going in. And we have one last building. And if you look into distance, that's an active ranch. Whole wall's been falling down. And that's it. Small 3-room cabin. That one was a living room, kitchen in the middle, and then the bedroom. The final house. Let's have a look in. Just an old couch that kind of folds out into a bed. That's cool. Wow. It is tore up. Kitchen area. Oh, we got pack rats above us. I hear them. Now, this is the bedroom. The old bed. And then a closet. But that's it. We'll keep going, you guys. This place is just so gross and beyond anything. Check this out. It's the old clothing line. The outhouse is right there. Just somebody's old abandoned ranch. I always wonder what the story is, what happened, you know, why didn't they continue? Check this old school Pepsi can out. An old 6-cylinder engine that's been left behind. Still has some of the pistons in it. They don't want to come out. Now that we've explored the ranch, we're gonna head further up the mountains to see these old mines. I'm now at the Wilbert mine operation, which is our first objective. There's an old mill with a bunch of other structures over that way. And then when we cross the creek, there's some old cabins. I just spotted that ore bin straight ahead. But we're gonna look at this mill real quick and then keep going. And there's a massive amount of waste rock tucked away as well. There is a sign which means we can't go in, but we could still peek through. Just can't go inside of it. Check it out, it's huge. So there's a couple levels. Further up, the stairs still exist, but the whole floor is gone. No equipment, it's all been taken out. This side's all fallen down as well. Look at all of this waste rock. The mines were massive. I don't know if they're open or not. We're gonna find out, but it's just tons and tons of waste rock. I just spotted the cabin on the other side. And then there's this massive mill. See, unfortunately, we can't go inside. There's not a whole lot anyway that really exists. There's those stairs going down to the next level. Even though it's not in great condition, most mills I see are actually fallen down and all demolished. So it's neat that it's just standing. I spotted that small room at the very top. Imagine working up there, that being your little spot. I like this view because you have the mill and then the valley below. We're in Idaho. Once again, look at all of this waste rock. These mines were massive. The old ore bin, I see a dynamite storage room. We're gonna check those out. And it would appear that was one of the mine adits. Looks all overgrown, no way to get in. Going up to the ore bin, it was a simple 2-chute ore bin. The water's coming out and this is feeding the valley below. It's coming straight from the mine. It's just been piped. Walking up to the main haulage tunnel, it's where all that water is coming from, and it's been gone for a long time. But that's where all the waste rock came from, was that one mine. Here's a building most people would miss. So you look over, and it just looks like a bunch of overgrown shrubbery. But then, if you take a second look, there's a building hidden in that shrubbery. Wow. This place is so neat. Now I'm taking guesses with this, but I think maybe it was some sort of power generator where it used the flow of the water coming down. I don't know, you guys let me know if you know what this building would have been. Going up to the old dynamite room. This is where they would have kept any explosives. They reinforced it very well, so you had the thick logs on the inside and then all these rocks around it to keep it from, if it does explode, it's not gonna spread or anything. We're headed to the residential section, which is just 2 bunkhouses. The 2 bunkhouses and then the mill, ore bin, mine was right there, that other buildings and all that shrubbery. And after, we're still going up this canyon because there's a bunch more old mines. half of the bunkhouse has fallen down. Just gotta get through. The bed frame. We'll go into the section that isn't all fallen. Shelving and shelving. A huge basin. It's interesting. I spotted another section, so there's this whole bunkhouse. And then I looked over and a pantry. Oh, that's awesome. Bunch of shelving. Oh, no way. Another bunkhouse. I didn't see that one. Just in ruins now. And of course the log cabins, they stay forever, you know, they don't fall down. Couple bed springs, but we can't get in. No freaking way. Another building. Yo, I'm just discovering them now. You can't see them on satellite maps because this is all overgrown. Yeah, I didn't see that bunkhouse, so they had 4 bunkhouses. Yeah, I don't want to go in, but look at it's so old. The bushes have grown up into this bunkhouse, and that's why it's all hidden. I love this natural decay, how the wood's cracking from years of sun exposure. This is it for the Wilbert mine. These bunkhouses are the end of the road, and we've seen everything. So now we'll get back to the Suzuki and keep looking around. Old school 7-Up bottle. That's such a cool find. People have signed their names against this rock. You know, I can't really make out what it's saying. It's all kind of scribbled. I see that, 1/19/1995. I'm zoomed all the way in, but the ranch is way down in that washout. The canyon opened up and those are the mines, but I don't see any ruins. I think maybe they would have trucked them down to the last operation we've seen. We're now at Camp Creek mine area. Came up that road. There's a couple roads we could take. And then a small mine at it straight ahead of us that's open. First mine of the day. We'll start with the smallest one. I don't think it's gonna go back very far, but we'll see. There's the old cross ties. So we had ore cart tracks. They've been taken out and used in another mine at one time. Wait, stay over. It's either gonna loop around or face out right up ahead. As for this mine, it would appear it's actually collapsed in. That's all fallen down. And there's no way to continue. That's a pretty bad collapse. So let's get out of here. We just exited that shaft and now we're gonna head up. There's this huge mine straight ahead of us and it goes at a pretty mean angle, but we could make it in and it'll be just fine. Right off the bat, that was an old hoist house. All gone. And there's something above it. That's probably the hoist itself. And going inside, let's have a look. Wow. That's too dangerous. Everything's been broken. These timbers have collapsed in. This thing's a death trap. As far as the eye can see, it's one collapsed timber after another and after another, and it gets steeper. It seems like it'd be a pain to have to walk around all of this. They had to have intentionally done this. There's no way it all fell on itself. But this is just crazy to see. Okay, let's keep going. I'm assuming this was a main haulage, and a lot of these mines up above are just incline shafts that have dug into it. But we're gonna go up anyway and see. There's a few mines up on that hillside. I'm assuming that one was a main haulage and then the rest just tapped into it. But what you don't see on a lot of these mine exploring channels is 9 times out of 10, these mines are closed, so it's just not worth going up to them. Now down there's a couple remnants, maybe another mine at it. It's all collapsed in, but this was a huge mine. Unfortunately, we can't get into it. Going down into this next canyon, there's this old mill. This is obviously older than that first mine operation we've seen. The mines we explored are up there, and it's just a multi-level, 3 levels, and that's it. This reservoir is for the farm that's below. So way down there, but now we're going down the mountain. I just wanted to stop off and do the outro in this spot. It's kind of interesting. It's so hot out today. I don't blame you, Lee. I don't blame you for jumping in.